Guys, so in this course we're going to go over HTML, CSS and JavaScript. I'm not going to make the videos too long because I don't want to overload you. But yeah, we're going to start off with the HTML and then move on to CSS and then lastly do JavaScript. So let's right click here and create a new folder. You can do this anywhere on your computer. And I'm just going to call this HTML, CSS and JavaScript. And in here I'm just going to put all of the files that we work with throughout this course. So if you haven't already watched the video on how to set up VS Code, you should do that first. And then we just want to right click in here, we want to click open in terminal. And then we want to open this up in VS Code. So we just say code and then a dot. So in this first video, I'm just going to show you how to create your first HTML file and the basic structure of that HTML. So up here on the top left, we just want to create a new file here. And I'm going to name it index.html. And it's important that we end that in .html. That's how the browser knows that this is a HTML file. So in here we want to type HTML, and here we can see there's an option for HTML5. I just want to click that and show you what it looks like when it's complete. But obviously right now we don't want to autocomplete this because we won't learn anything if we do that. So let's remove this. And so in HTML there's something called tags, and the tag is basically less than sign and then a greater than sign with some text inside of it. And basically any tag that we create has to also have a closing tag. So this is the same thing but just with the slash as well. So basically if we open a tag here, we have to close it on this side. So the basic structure of an HTML document is we need to create an HTML tag here, and this needs to surround everything. By surround, I mean the opening tag needs to be at the top and the closing tag needs to be at the bottom. So in between of this, we can create a head tag. And this head tag is basically, you can think of it as the settings for your website. So the settings for this specific page. And after this, remember it's not inside of the head tag, it's inside of the HTML tags, but after the head tags, we want to create the body. So the way you can think of this is, oh sorry, I misspelled body here, it's meant to be a lowercase y. So the way we can think of this is that the HTML is the entire page. And then the head is where the settings of this page is stored. So for example, if we wanted a title here, we can do that. Let's just call it my website. So this is where the settings would go. And the body down here is where the actual content of the page is. So let's just create something down here. I know I haven't explained to you what this title means, and I'm also not explaining what I'm typing down here, but we'll see this when we run the file. So now I'm going to create an h1 tag. Again, I'll explain what all of this is when we run the file, and I'll just write the word Theo here. That's my name. So if we just open up this file from the folders here, you might be able to double click on it and it will open, or you might have to select it and right click and click on open with, and then select your browser from here. Also what you can probably do is open up your browser and just drag that file into here. And now you'll see that the h1 tag that we made inside of VS Code, this tag right here, this is what's displaying here. So the h1 tag is actually, it stands for heading, and there's different versions of this tag. So if we were to name this h2 for example, that would be a smaller version. So let's just refresh this and you can see that it got smaller here. and it goes all the way up to H6, which is the smallest. And then up here in the settings, you can see we used a title setting here, and we typed in my website. So we can actually find that up here at the top. So up here it says my website, and that's what that title setting did. So yeah, now I hope you guys understand that basically we have a HTML tag that wraps everything. We have a head and a body tag, which the head contains all of the settings and the body contains all of the content that we show on our page. So yeah guys, I'll see you in the next video. I hope this video was clear enough, and if you have any questions, make sure to comment that down below.